How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I finally want to do a reveal video on my new daily driver. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for some Frankenstein content, and don't worry, I'm actually getting to work on Frankenstein later today, but I want to get this video out of the way first. We finally got some good weather outside and it's not crazy windy, so you'll actually be able to hear me talk. So I'm going to get outside. I'm going to show you guys what I traded the Sonic for. So this is my 2013 Toyota 4Runner SR5, and I don't actually know what package it has, if it has the off-road package or if it has some TRD parts on it. The dealer didn't have a whole lot of information for me. So yes, I did purchase the 4Runner through a dealership. I actually traded in the Sonic for it and got it through a Toyota dealership. And it wasn't the best experience. I won't go into too many details on it, but basically I drove to the dealership in a blizzard to purchase this thing. And when I got there 2 hours later, because I was driving on highways that were closed, they actually had someone else test driving it about to buy it. So right from the start, I was a little upset already because they had it on hold for me and they had someone else test driving it. Luckily they did not end up buying it, so I did get to actually see it and test drive it. And then I found out later that they actually had another appointment for someone else to test drive it after me. So I know their job is to sell vehicles, and they wanted to make as many appointments as possible to ensure it got sold. But the fact that I drove 2 hours to get there in a blizzard should have shown them that I was a serious buyer. And if they would have sold it to that first person, I don't know what would have happened after that, because I would have had to drive home another 2 hours on closed highways in a blizzard in the Chevy Sonic, which probably wouldn't have made it back. But overall, the 4Runner is in really good shape. It has low kilometers for the year. It only has 113,000 kilometers on it. I don't know specifically what kind of lift is on it. The dealer, again, didn't have very much information for me. It has Bilstein shocks on it, which makes me think it's some kind of Bilstein leveling kit. I did end up having to put new tires on it right away. These here are the tires that came on it, which I actually really like, the BFG KO2s, but as you can see, there's a lot of weather cracking on them already, and I didn't want to risk my family driving this thing and having a blowout or something like that. I just didn't want to have to go through that with the family. So these had to come off. Canadian Tire actually had a pretty decent price on these MotoMaster X-Trail ATs, so I picked up a set of those. Something else that I really like that the 4Runner came with is the roof basket and a Smitty built awning, which I'm not sure 100% what size this one is. I haven't had a chance to open it up and try it out yet. Now, I didn't even know this was an awning when I was looking at the vehicle, and the dealer actually told me that it was a cover for the roof basket. So I didn't actually find out that was an awning until after I had bought it. And a buddy of mine, he's a Toyota guy, he knew right away what it was. So I would really like to try this out. I might get around to it later today since it's not so windy today. We'll see what the day brings, but I do want to get a lot of work done on Frankenstein. I would like to get some kind of either rock sliders or something so I can actually reach the stuff up there, because this is actually up pretty high. I mean, I'm 6'2", but that is still pretty high up in the air. So it would be nice to be able to access that a little bit easier. Another idea I had was possibly getting a ladder for the hatch, so I can reach stuff up there. But I think rock sliders with a bit of a step on it would be just fine. Obviously, I do a lot of cycling as well, and I got myself a hitch-mounted bike rack for it. And I don't know if a ladder is going to get in the way. So I think rock sliders might be the best way to go on this one. Another problem I've been having is with this battery. So when I was at the dealership, One of the first things I asked the dealer was how the battery was, because I don't see any stickers on it. I don't know a date. I don't know a brand. I don't even know what size it is. And he assured me that it was tested and that it was a good battery. And I took his word for it. Driving it all that day was fine. Driving it home was fine. But letting it sit for a couple of days in the cold temperatures, it wouldn't start. Another problem was that this thing didn't come with an adapter for the block heater. So there's actually a plug-in down here, and that goes to the block heater. It didn't come with the 3-prong adapter. So they had to special order one for me, and it took about 2 months before I got that. So winter was basically over by the time I got it. And so I kind of gave them the benefit of the doubt, you know, that I'm not plugging it in when it's minus 30 degrees outside. That could potentially be why it's not starting. But then it started not starting when it was like plus 10 outside. So when I got the tires put on, I had them do a battery test on it. It's rated for 500 cold cranking amps, and it only put out about 450, and that was right after I took it off the charger. So it was fully charged at that time, and it didn't have enough cranking power. So I don't know why they put a 500 cold cranking amp battery in a 4-liter V6. My Jeep had a 4-liter inline 6, and it had 850 cold cranking amps. So I'm assuming this would need something about that same size as well. So I will be getting a new battery for it. Something else I want to do, which isn't a major problem, but more of a cosmetic thing, is the frame is fairly clean, but you can see there's some surface rust starting. Typical Manitoba vehicle things. So what I want to do is take a wire wheel to all the rust spots, and I want to do a proper undercoat rocker guard on this thing, just to preserve it and keep it rust free as long as possible. So I've already done tires. I will be doing a battery. I want to get rock sliders, and I want to rust proof it. So nothing too major on this thing that I have plans for. This is basically just a weekend family vehicle. I don't want to modify it too heavily. I'm actually very happy with the stance on it right now and how capable it is. Plus, I've already got a turbo Civic that I'm dumping money into. I don't really need to be heavily modifying the 4Runner as well. But I do plan on taking it on a couple trails this summer. I got a couple Toyota buddies that also want to join, so it should be a good time. I'm going to be using it to take the mountain bike out to the trails as well, so I'll be able to hit some bike trails. And I want to do some camping too, so on track days, I think it'll be really good to be able to camp at the track, so we don't have to do so much driving back and forth. So it's very spacious inside, and if the weather ends up being bad and I can't tent, then I can just fold the seats down and I can sleep inside, no problem. Another feature that I really like is this slide out platform here. So if we're at the track and we want to barbecue, we can just set the tabletop barbecue down on here, and away you go. So this thing doubles as a camper too, guys. Now the whole reason I decided to get rid of the Sonic and get something bigger, because I was using the Sonic as a commuter car for going back and forth to work every day, and because it was really good on gas, it was perfect for that. But my wife actually got a job at the same place as me, so now we're carpooling and using her car as the commuter. So the Sonic was basically just sitting on the driveway doing nothing, and I figured we needed something bigger, and this popped up on a local ad, and I kind of just jumped on it. So there was no real need to have the Sonic sitting on the driveway anymore. Like I said, it was really good for going back and forth to work, but there was zero space inside it. It wasn't very capable in the wintertime. I was constantly getting hung up on the smallest amount of snow, so not the best for the winters that we get here. And I wanted something a bit bigger, 4x4, that would help us get through those tough winter days. So yeah guys, that's just a quick overview of my new daily driver, which isn't really a daily driver, but I'm pretty stoked about it. I hope you guys are too. Drop me a comment below, guys. Let me know what you think about it. I love the thing. I've been driving it for a couple of months now, and it's just been a great vehicle. Apart from those couple of problems that I've had from the dealer, other than that, everything on the vehicle itself has been great. So yeah, I just got to get a new battery for it and those rock sliders. And then we should be set. But anyway guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. I gotta get back to work on Frankenstein. I got a lot of work ahead of me. The weather's finally nice out and it's comfortable to work out here, so it's time to go hard. We got to make some crazy progress on this thing. I would love to be able to drive it this year. So like I said guys, drop a comment, give us a like if you like the video, Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.